Planescape Torment! We do it! Last time, I ran around this marketplace and talked to 1 million NPCs. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I may need to consider not talking to every single person I see, like just for my own sanity. For now, I'm probably still gonna talk to everyone I see, but it may come to that at some point. Okay, oh hey look, there's an NPC I haven't talked to. What's going on?
Casual.
This foul-looking man is quick to notice he's caught your attention. In moments he's upon you, hawking his wares. He carries a long wooden pole, dozens of skinned and cooked rats dangle from it. As he speaks, he gestures to them with a broad, filth-encrusted hand, smiling a yellowed, snaggle-toothed grin all the while. Oi, Kara, how you doing there? What sort of delicious ratsies is you interested in this fine day? Examine the ratsies. Each rat has been skinned and gutted, their feet and tails removed. They dangle from the pole by hooks punched through their necks. As you examine the various manners in which they have been prepared, you realize their heads are slightly misshapen. A bulbous knot of bone protrudes from each cranium, covered in whorls that give it the appearance of brain tissue. These are strange-looking rats. Aye, you got a keen eye there, Cutter. All I sell is brain vermin. I do. I'm sure you'll find they've got a much richer flavor than your usual rat. Quite nice, really. He proffers them to you once more, waving the pole before your face enticingly. The rats sway to and fro, hooked like tiny sides of beef. Interesting. I had a question for you. He shoulders his rat pole casually. What's your question, Cutter? Who are you? What, me? Why, I'm Creedon, sometimes called Creed, a butcher of rats. He smiles grandiosely, exposing ill-matched rows of yellow, broken, and crooked teeth. Well, you certainly seem friendlier than most around here. Well, Cutter, I try. Result of my business, I think. Most folks around here peery and downright unfriendly lot, but I want every Cutter to know that Creedon's always got a warm smile and a poppin' up fresh cooked ratsy for him. He winks at you. What's that building there behind you? He tosses a glance over his shoulder. That's the Office of Vermin and Disease Control, Cutter. Sell my rat tails there for jink, then cook your little blighters up and sell them. Someone pays for the tails of those rats? I mean, we did sort of know about this. That's right, Cutter. There's a Burke in the Office of Vermin and Disease Control named a lord who pays a bounty on him. A copper a head. Tail. It is, eh? But they gotta be brain vermin, they do, not just ordinary rats. 1 copper? I can sell these tails to anyone for 1 copper. I've been carrying around these rats. Really? Man, what about this lord? His name's Phineas Lord. Think he was some sort of eye-up. He was put down by his rivals and stuck in the arse end of Citadel. Burke sits in there all alone all night and day, seems waiting for folk to bring in tails and paying them the bounty. You know the best part? Poor Sud must be allergic to rats, because he's always got a huge rash going. Powers be praised, I ain't that fella. Put down. Any idea why that would happen? Well, he's right chatty, he is. He'll rattle his bone box fires on just how smart he is and the like. Yeah, that's got something to do with it. He shrugs. I see. Sigil, Hive, Lady of Pain. I feel like he's not going to tell me anything particularly interesting about any of these. I'm missing a journal. You seen one? Sorry, Kata. Can't say I seen one of those about. I'll just ask every single fucking person I see. Every single one. Until somebody can tell me something about this goddamn journal. Alright, Phineas T. Lord the 39th or whatever you are. You see a squat man with rash-covered skin and several pustules covering his face. His clothes seem to mark him as some sort of an official, but they are dirty, wrinkled, and covered with rat hair. As you watch, he idly scratches himself with his stubby fingers. Hello. Ah! The little man shrieks and jumps, startled, clutching his heart. He takes a deep breath and pushes his spectacles up on his rash-ridden nose. Yes, what is it I can do for you? He scratches his nose and looks you up and down, studying your scars. I have little to nothing in the tell, so if you have come to plunder the premises, this local is ill-chosen. I'm not here to plunder the premises. Who are you? I am the respected Phineas T. Lord the 39th, in charge of this hive branch of the Office for Vermin and Disease Control. It is my distinguished privilege He scratches his chest and puffs up. To inform you that we, in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting bounties on all manner of vermin and strays that infest the, he scratches again, fair cities of Sigil, hub of the multiverse, and the city which sits at the center of all things, the city by which all other cities are measured. Bounties?
My journal.
Yes, we in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we in the bureaucratic sense of the word, we, meaning to encompass the Sigil bureaucracy as a whole, are accepting intangible proof that the eradication of brain vermin, aka cranium rats, from the hive area where they have clustered quite thickly for the past many years, as a recent census of the vermin population has shown. I am empowered by the Sigilian bureaucracy to pay a bounty of, he puffs up dramatically, 1 copper common per cranium rat delivered to my branch office. Cranium rat. Cranium rats are a species of vermin that become more intelligent the more of them are in close proximity to each other. 1 cranium rat alone is but a nuisance to chews at boards and burrows into food, but 5, 10 or more, and their intelligence grows until it surpasses even the intelligence of one such as myself. Scratches, then sniffs disdainfully. I imagine that 2 or 3 cranium rats might be enough to outwit you, sir. Another comment like that, and you'll be wearing your ass as a hat. Ugh, the classic ass hat. How many cranium rats are in Sigil? More than enough to last a bounty hunter a lifetime, perhaps several. What are you doing here? Well, it is quite an epic tale, you see. I was born here in Sigil. Okay. I wonder if that counts as a rest. You have rested for 8 hours. Yes, that is in fact what it does. That's kind of funny. Alright. And then I realized that I had somehow offended my colleagues, for I found myself promoted to this branch office and have remained here for these past many years. He sighs, then idly scratches his nose. I had some other questions. And your questions would be? I have some rat tails. I'd like to collect a bounty on them. Excellent, most excellent. Let me see. Here you go. Phineas hums merrily as you complete the transaction. Thank you, good sir. City of Sigil and I appreciate your efforts on our behalf. I got 1. I got 1? Wait, hang on. Rat tails. Can I just... You have to do them 1 at a time? 1 at a... Fuck. Why? Why is it like this? Why am I carrying these fucking rat tails around? These are worthless. I mean, I guess you can pick up a lot of them, so it's not like nothing. I should just sell these to the next vendor I run into. It's gonna be way faster than handing these in 1 at a fucking time. The pan stinks of blood and dead rat. Wonderful. This board has a number of rat tails pinned to it. Awesome. Well, this sucked. Anything in the back? This door is locked. You will need a key. Are you sure about that? Yeah. We're sure about that. Damn it. Alright, well, that was a waste of time. Collector, harlots, thugs, crier of Essanon. Streams of tears have carved channels down this man's dust-covered face, so that's not the kind of crier I was expecting this to be, I have to be honest. He looks to be a monk or a holy man of some sort, but the dirt covering his body makes it nearly impossible to see the man beneath. He is chanting and rolling his head back and forth. It looks like some sort of ritual. Aye. The man stops his frenzied chanting and glares at you with his tear-rimmed eyes. He opens his parched mouth to speak, but all he can manage is a withered croak. What's wrong? Why are you crying? His voice is so hoarse that it sounds like he has been without water for days. As you watch, a tear trickles down his face. I am a crier of Essanon. Essanon? Who's that? Who is Essanon? The man throws back his head and gives a rasping laugh. It sounds brutal and defeated. Essanon? It is not a man, but a city. Why do you cry for a city? We cry its name because Essanon must not be forgotten. All the criers of Essanon carry this burden. You mourn a city. Why do you do such a thing? Because its name is all that remains, its avenues of light, its great spiraling parks. When it was laid waste and reduced to memory, only 70 of its people survived. It was our duty to see that its name was remembered across the plains. Many criers of Essanon have died for the sake of remembering. Many. If it places you and the others at risk, why don't you stop? The tears I shed, the dust that cloaks me, these things are as nothing compared to what awaits. Should I give up my sacred burden? We must see to it that its name is remembered. We are living memorials to its passage. If that's so, then what happens if you all die? A fresh tear springs to the crier's eye. Even his dust-caked face cannot disguise his look of despair. I do not know! We criers of Essanon cannot mourn it forever. Even now, the dust clings to our robes, the spit dries in our mouths, our bodies wither and die. Is there something I could do to help you? You are kind to ask, the crier shakes his head. Unless you can immortalize Essanon, there is no help to be had. Must it be immortalized by a man? Would a tombstone serve? The crier blinks. Tombstone? It's a stone that records a man's name, his life, and a eulogy. It serves a man. If it serves a man, could it not also serve a city that has died? Stones may do such things? Is this guy an idiot? Like, well, yes, and their lifetime is much longer than a man's. If its name was carved on stone, would Essanon's memory be served? The man pauses. Would others see this name? Yes, it would be there for all to see, long after you have died. The man nods. If such a thing were possible, he turns to you. Where would one find such a stone? I could go look for one. If I find one, I could see to it that Essanon's name is carved upon it. You would do this? The man's eyes water up again. You would be setting all the cries of Essanon free, but a score of us remain. The burden of remembering would be over after so many years. I would do so. I will return when the name is whatever. What? He doesn't know you can carve words on things? Like, what the fuck? Huh? That's so weird. Oh, hang on. There's a doorway I can enter down here. Hang on. Okay, it's not that interesting. What about here? Yeah, also not that interesting. Alright. And looks like we're back around. Well, I haven't checked this building. Damn it. Oh well, this guy has a name at least. Braskin. In a loud, booming voice, Braskin asks, "What is the name of the abyss you're doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." Okay then. Good. Fantastic. Alright, looks like there's not much else to see around here. Are there any other exits out of this area? Yeah, it looks like this is a zone transition down here. Did I talk to everyone else? I think so. Where does this go? Somewhere else. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Wait, hang on. I don't think I talked to Angry Hive Dweller. You see a man in old tattered clothes. As you approach him, he makes a detour to avoid you and keep walking. Hello. The man ignores you and begins to walk faster. Sir? He turns, glancing briefly to the right and left of you, as if looking to see if you have any friends with you. He draws a dagger. You'd best leave me be or you'll be wearing the steel between your ribs. Okay then. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, I'm gonna make a save. So apparently, it says something about this box not taking it out of the hive, but luckily, this direction has more hive in it. Where am I now? This part of the hive, okay. Right, so I guess that was the alley, was the... I don't really want to go into that alley. It seemed like a bad time. Alright. More of this. More of this. What do we got? The ash-covered tree looks like it has suffered greatly since being transplanted here. Oh, good. What's in here? It's another house. It's really big, actually. This is a small dwelling, but it looks more like a storehouse or something, huh? Kuatra. Wait, hang on. I needed to find this person for some reason, right? Moving from box to box, this man seems to be totally immersed in counting boxes and scribbling results down on a piece of parchment. He looks annoyed as you interrupt him. What's it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. I was told to deliver this box to you. Alright, it was the box. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Let's see what you got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Mara told me to give this to you. As you hold the box out for him to take, Kuatra's expression turns from one of interest to that of intense horror. "No, please, get it away from me!" "I don't understand. Why are you afraid of this box?" "I said, get back! Death! Evil had to Mar! Couldn't take it anymore! Please! Take to Braskin! Live southwest! Hive! Me! No!" Apparently the sight of the box is just too much for him, as he runs screaming from the building. Wait! What am I supposed to do with
my journal?
Well, okay. We did find that Braskin. Fuck, I guess I'll just go back and give it to him then. Whatever. Here we go. What? You again? Unless you have some business with me, I suggest you leave my house immediately. I was told to deliver this box into your care? Well, why didn't you say so? So hand it over and you can be on your way. As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to that of amusement. Whoa there, I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave. I don't understand, why won't anyone take this box? First Kuatra, now you. Did you say Kuatra? Braskin lets out a great bellow of laughter. Why, that's the fellow who bought the box off of me. Thought he got the best of me when he bought it. I guess he figured the gem alone was more than worth the price to be paid. Poor fellow didn't realize what he'd gotten himself into until it was too late. Just what's so horrible about this box? You mean you really don't know anything about the box you're holding? Well, I guess it won't hurt to tell you what I know. First off, so you don't get any ideas in your head, the curse on that box only affects the current owner of the box, and to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it. Of course, it is a curse, isn't it? There goes the idea of just leaving the box for someone else to find. So what's in the box? Now that is a good question. The box has been lying around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about. As you can imagine, over time, the truth has been warped a little bit further with each retelling of the story. I've heard many a story about that box, and they all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given to that foul thing is Morador's box, and the owner of the box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Morador himself. I cannot tell for sure, but just by looking at it, any soul can tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. What am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shalandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows, maybe she'll have more knowledge of what you want to do with it. Or you can find some other clueless Burke to take it off your hands. Up to you. Wish you luck.
Updated my journal.
Great. Well, I mean, I know what happens if you open it, and to be honest, it's not that bad. It's just a really slow-moving demon guy. I could just open the box, like, in someone's house or whatever, and then just leave. And then I mean, it seemed like that would be fine. It didn't seem like chase you through loading zones. I mean, it would work, but it would probably be kind of uninteresting. I guess I'll go talk to that whoever it was. I don't know. What the hell are you? Oh, that's like your like species name, not like your name. I see. We saw another of these in the flophouse. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad, flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive four-flanged pole arm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. He turns to face you with startling speed. His eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human, and heavily accented. What do you want, Two Legs? Okay, whatever. His hand is close to his polearm. Only to speak with you, I had some questions. He seems to calm down. His hand drops away from his weapon. He still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask me? Why are you so wary of me? He seems sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for a visiting barrio, Two Legs, he shrugs. I have business here, and so here I am. Visiting? You don't live here? The barrio shakes his head, laughing. No, Two Legs. No barrio could live like this. Where are you from? From the plains of Visgard, Two Legs. They are my home. He smiles in fond recollection, as if warmed by the memory. What sort of business are you here for? Another time, Two Legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you all about it. Shh. I'm missing a journal. You seen one? No 2 legs, nothing like that. Okay, cool. Well, that was fun. This gate looks like it leads to the mortuary area. Yeah, okay. Damsel in distress. Oh boy. Oh god. We're just asking for fucking trouble talking to this one. I'll make a fucking save. Yeah, alright, let's get this shit over with. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray, and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation, and then notices you. Hello. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me cut her, please, they're killing my sister! She begins to tug on your arm. This is fucking bullshit. I'm not buying this shit for a second. Are you kidding me? I may not have been in Sigil very long, but even I know a fucking setup when I see one. Like, come on. I mean, they're not even fucking trying with this shit. Who? She looks around wildly. The drunken man who followed us from one of the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please cut it. There's no more time. Help us. Wait, first you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he is killing her? Which is it? She stares at you, unsure of what to say. I'm distraught. I made a mistake. She glances at the blood that stains her dress. Please help me cut her. Examine the blood on her dress. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Although it does appear to be real, it is completely dried. It must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick to the bloodstains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You're mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. I have to threaten to kill her or just leave? Okay. Well, that's an interesting fucking dichotomy. Well, as long as I don't mean it when I say that I'll threaten to kill her, it's okay, right? That's how that works, yeah? I guess. I want to see this out, so... You're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. Bluff. She looks into your eyes and then glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously, and you see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people in an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence, then nods her head. Well, I can actually give her advice. Don't pick someone like me as your mark. Choose some drunken fop who looks like he's never seen a battle in his life. She nods once curtly. And make sure he looks like he has more than a couple coins to his name. Now get out of here. She nods curtly, then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment and turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off. I don't feel like that was necessarily the correct thing to do, but the only other option I had was just nothing. So fuck it, whatever. I don't know. Mourns for trees, oh god. You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him. He's mumbling to himself and tapping his chin as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally, he shakes his head sadly. Hello. He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness. Oh, greetings to you too, friend. How does this day find you? It finds me miserable. He seems to become even more downhearted. That's too bad, friend. Sorry to hear that. Hope your fortune improves. He seems about to turn back to the tree. And yourself? He shrugs slightly and proffers a bit of a smile. Fortune finds me well, though I am saddened just the same. Why is that? He pats the tree beside him. It's the trees here, in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up, as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. You understand that, friend? Yes, no, yes. Yes, I had some questions, it's kind of awesome. No, all things die in time. Why concern yourself with the when and how of it? He sighs. I expected that. No different from the others. Just leave me to my thoughts, will you? He turns away from you. Oh. I wonder if this actually goes somewhere. He looks at you for only a moment before averting his eyes. Oh, it's you again, friend. I had some questions. I'm sorry, friend. I've got a lot on my mind. Maybe we can talk another time. I can apologize. I guess I'll apologize. I wanted to apologize for my rudeness earlier. He simply looks back at you for a moment quietly. I'll accept your apology, friend. You have questions for me? Yeah. Who are you? I'm Cold Mourns for trees by the people here, friend. Why is that? It's because he's mourning for the trees. Yeah, it's very sad. He seems surprised and blurts out, Really? Oh, I mean, wonderful. Perhaps you would... He pauses and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner. In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now. Yes, I, had some questions. He nods, awaiting your question. Why are the trees dying? Just look at your surroundings, friend. Can you imagine anything having an easy life here? And besides the wretched conditions, the Dabas rarely come to this part of Sigil. Why is that? High is a dangerous place, but that's not it. The Dabas have the lady watching over them, and no one's foolish enough to tangle with her, friend. I suppose it's really all on account of Fel. Who is Fel? Fel, he's... well, friend, I'll just say he's the only Dabas that doesn't serve the lady. I don't know the whole dark of it, as they say, but he's shunned by his fellows and lives here alone in the hive. He runs a tattoo parlor, but most of Sigil is wary of the place. Ooh, that sounds important. Tell me about this tattoo parlor. Fel's parlor is only a few buildings east of here. It's marked with his personal symbol, a white oval pierced by a lightning bolt. I've never been there myself, friend, but as I understand it, he's able to turn images from his speech. You know, Dabas speak in images, yes? Rebuses? Yes, go on. He nods. So he's somehow able to turn images from his speech into tattoos, and not just ordinary inkings either. I'm told there's magic about them, and more than just in their making. I don't know much else about it, though. So what about the place is there to be wary of? Well, friend, since he turned from the lady, many people think it's just a matter of time before her shadow falls on him. No one wants to be about when and if that happens, I'm sure. You don't have any idea of how he came to be shunned? Like I said, friend, I'm not too sure. I've only heard vague rumors about him being on the wrong side of the issue when some power decided to butt heads with the lady. You could always try and ask him, my friend. I'm told he's friendly enough, not a little odd. Some power. A deity, friend? A god? Normally the lady has no problems with the likes of them, as she keeps their lot out of Sigil entirely. His name was Alskar, but I don't know much else about the affair. His name was. The man nods gravely. As I understand it, the lady destroyed him. I wouldn't forget that, if you were ever to consider messing about with her or her servants. Oh, she just destroys gods and stuff? Okay, sure, alright. I'm looking for a journal I've lost. Can't recall seeing one anywhere. Where do you last remember having it, friend? I couldn't say. Farewell. Starved dog barking thug. What? The wild-eyed man is hunched over, barking and howling at the top of his lungs. Beneath his thick, matted hair, you can make out a series of strange tattoos. They run the range from screaming faces to bizarre geometric shapes to what appear to be lines of verse. He's almost naked, but the dirt and filth covering him gives him the semblance of modesty. Give a long, forlorn howl. No, I'm not gonna do that. Hi. The man whirls on you and gives a low growl. He draws out the growl for a few seconds and starts barking violently at you. In the distance, you can hear answering barks. Okay. I'm just gonna leave you alone. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Instead of leaving him alone, I snarled back at him, baring my teeth. The man's barking ends with a snarl and he leaps at you. Oh, fuck. Oh, ow, wow. 16, he hit me for 16 fucking damage. Okay, we got him. That sucked. Fuck it, whatever. He's dead. I don't care. It was an accident, okay? It was self-defense or something. I unintentionally provoked him. Yeah, let's just go with that. Starved dog barking thug. There's a bunch of them around here. Okay. I probably did this city a favor killing that guy, let's be real. These barrels are probably here to catch rainwater. The only thing that fills them is dust. Painted door. What you first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of the shadows of the overhanging arch and some subtle texturing effects to give the door the illusion of substance. Huh. Other than the skill of the artist, there is nothing remarkable about the painting. The door has been painted on a rough stone wall. You can feel the stone and mortar beneath the painted wooden texture. Well, that's interesting. The furnace pipes are pumping hot air out of the building. Barking wilder? Whatever. Is this the tattoo parlor? It is! Fell's tattoo parlor. Strange looking chair seems to be where the patron sits. The design seems to be of a shadow casting a shadow. The silhouette of the shadow makes it unclear whether it is a man or a woman. A burning skull has been inscribed on this wall. 2 symbols of duality flank it. A pattern of barbed, black branches have been inscribed on this wall. This looks like a clock, but there are no numbers or hands on it. An unusual work of art. Okay. Alright, let's have a chat with Fell. You see a Dabus, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same pair of goat horns. Then you suddenly realize this one is walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason, that makes you uneasy. I had some questions for you. The Dabus waits. Who are you? The Dabus inclines his head slightly, and a lone symbol appears above his head. It is blurry at first, then resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it. For some reason, you know the Dabus has a name. Its name is Fell. I feel like I know you, Fell. Fell bows reverently, and a stream of symbols swirl about his head, rotating clockwise, then counterclockwise. You have to guess at some of the symbols, but you think he said something about this not being the first time you have come to this place. Do you know who I am? Another series of symbols materialize quickly and sharply into focus above Fell's head. These symbols are not as difficult as the others. You think he said he knows you, but he cannot say any more than that. Why not? For a moment there is no response from Fell, then a stream of rebuses appear as if trickling out of Fell's mind. You think he is saying he's sorry, but you can't translate the rest. I see. I had another question for you. What lies beyond that curtain, Fell? A caravan train of symbols slowly materialize around Fell one by one. You think he is saying it is a gallery of some sort, a gallery of you. The next part is difficult to translate, but you think that Fell is saying he is sad for you. Sad? Why? Another caravan of symbols forms around Fell, this time forming a circle. He says something about you being marked and tormented. Oh, it's like the name of the video game. There's another section you cannot translate, then the last portion seems to be something about you enduring pain. What do you mean? A long string of rebuses appear above Fell's head, then surrounds his arms and like manacles. He seems to be saying he admires you for enduring losses. Go on. A long string of rebuses appear above Fell's head, then falls, covering him like a cloak. He seems to be saying these losses cover your life and your other lives. You're not certain what the other symbols surrounding this message mean, however. Is there anything else you can tell me? A brief series of paper-thin rebuses appear in an orderly row next to Fell, then vanish into glowing motes. You think he just warned you not to sign anything during your travels. Huh, very well. Another series of rebuses appear, forming a spiral. They have the texture of a question about them. You think he just asked you if you feel whole. Truth, I don't. 2, none of your concern. Lie, I feel complete. Okay, we'll just be honest. I don't. In fact, ever since I woke up in the mortuary, I feel like something's missing. Something inside. He nods, and a series of symbols materialize in a halo around him. You think he is telling you to be strong, to keep faith. I'll try. I had some other questions. You say you've met me before, Fell. Do you know how I died? Fell does not respond for a moment, then slowly, menacingly, 3 symbols materialize above his head, each of them casting a long shadow. You think he's saying something about shadows. Shadows? The 3 symbols swirl about each other, each leaving a faint black, misty trail about them. They take on a ragged edge, like teeth and talons, and multiply. 3 split into 3, then into 3 again, until the entire room seems covered by a swarm of shadows. He seems to be saying that you were killed by many shadows. Why? The shadow symbols swirl into one, then dissolve, to be replaced with a simple symbol. Fell doesn't seem to know why. I see. I had some other questions. What is this place? A slow train of symbols materialize around Fel's head. The symbols take several moments to resolve, starting with simple lines, then fleshing themselves out into breathtaking colors. You're guessing at some of the symbols, but you think he's an artist, and this is a tattoo parlor. Can I see what tattoos you have? Oh, okay, and you can actually just buy them. And they do stuff. Oh my god, there's a lot of these. Tattoo of the skull. For all Mort's faults, having him as a companion makes you seem more capable and not so much of a stranger to Sigel's streets. The tattoo reinforces that bond, giving you +1 charisma, and when invoked, it also lends you some of Mort's luck and his ability to shrug off anything that would otherwise cause him to stop talking, such as paralyzation or stunning. Unfortunately, it also gives the user a penalty for their wisdom, which is not hard to understand considering how little Mort has to spare. This tattoo can only call upon its luck ability a limited number of times. When the tattoo's power is exhausted, however, the charisma bonus will remain. Apparently it doesn't, it's usable only by Nameless One, but it doesn't actually require Mort to be in your party? I don't even know if you can remove him from your party. Holy shit, there's a lot of these fucking tattoos. Accuracy, bloodletting, +1 damage with attacks. Insight, revelation, +2 intelligence, usable by mages. Soul, wisdom, health, constitution. Interesting. It's just like a bunch of stat boosters. Tattoo of greater enduring, +9 base hit points, usable by fighters. Greater presence, +2 charisma. Wow, okay. Alright, I mean, that's interesting. I can't sell him anything. Identify. Okay, hang on. I needed to show this guy my arm, right? That I picked up. Severed arm, yours. If I'm holding it, can I ask him about it? Whoops. I just attacked him. I didn't want to do that. Fuck. Oh, that's so stupid. Why did that happen?
Stronger.
Shit, now I have to do all that dialogue again.
Done.
Okay. I didn't get any triggers for actually going through that dialogue, so maybe it's fine. Here we go. Did you do the tattoos on this dismembered arm I found, Fel? Fel examines it for a moment, tracing the patterns with his finger. He then looks up, and a series of rebuses form, hazy at first, then come sharply into focus. You think he said the arm is yours, that the tattoos speak of you, and 4 others. What 4 others? 4 strings of symbols swirl from Fel's head, matching the pattern upon the dismembered arm. The symbols are hard to translate, and at the end, you're not certain if you've translated them correctly. You'd think he said, an unloved one that loves, a one that sees, someone familiar, and the last, a chained one. As you finish translating, the 4 strings seem to form themselves into links, and they merge into a chain. We keep hearing about this, so I'm pretty sure unloved one that loves must be Deonara, right? Seems pretty likely. And we got that story from the woman, the fish seller, who seemed also probably to be talking about Deonara as well. Still don't know exactly what her deal is, but... Chained one? What was it? One that sees, familiar, someone familiar, the chained one. Okay, I don't know. I had some other questions. Can you tell me anything about these tattoos on my body? Fel studies your body for a moment, walking around you. He mirrors each symbol as he examines it, then returns to face you. From what you can make of the floating symbols, he's saying the tattoos are not his. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. I feel like that's all the dialogue we can get out of him for now. And you know what? Before I do anything else, I'll save here. Oh, apparently I can just go in here. This tattoo is of a night black steed with dead white eyes and spines bristling from its shoulder blades. This picture shows a blackened sphere with trails of black mist floating away from it. This design shows a series of black rivers whose courses divide, cross each other, then flow again. This design is a hollow beast with a tiny demon in its head. You know what? I've seen some stuff in this next room. Before I go into the next room, maybe let's call it, and then I can I can deal with whatever's in here on the next part. Looks like it might be a bit of a time. I'm seeing stretched hides on frames, and I think they may be mine, and that's mildly distressing. Anyway, yeah, next time. See you.